So let's start. Hello everyone, I appreciate your time and the opportunity to be here sharing this presentation with you. Today I will talk about a very important topic related to web development, which is the performance. In this presentation I will try to share some knowledge and a way to improve the user experience on your sitecore website. My name is José Neto. I'm currently working at Nishtec Inc. I've been working with sitecore in the last 5 years and certified twice. I was also awarded with the MVP twice, and I try to help the community sharing the knowledge through my blog. I'm also a member of the Go Horse team on the Sitecore Hackathon, which is an annual competition, and our team won in the X Connect category this year. So more and more the market drives us to develop faster and more reliable applications. Currently the performance is another keyword in the web development, and downsizing files is crucial to succeeding. The number of bytes delivered to the browser is very important, and we should consider that many clients will have a relatively underpowered mobile device or slow internet connections, and that is true for the most part of the developing countries, where the next billion internet users will come online in the upcoming years. And the faster pages means more conversions, which is crucial for digital marketing. And there are many ways to improve the performance of a sitecore website. This can be done like using cache, or you can put more servers, or you can use sitecore debug to check how long a render is taking to load, or you can use Ajax to avoid the page to reload. All are valid and should be used as well. But today we'll focus the discussion in the bytes delivered to the client. Project structure. Here you can see a normal project structure in Visual Studio, which contains some JavaScript files, each one designed to fulfill a requirement for a specific situation. In this example, we can see vendor date valid, which is usually used in forms. With this file, the developer can perform validations on a form, but probably it will not be used in all the pages. Another file is the reschedule appointment, a JavaScript designed for a feature or a page. It contains the code that allows the user to perform such action. So both files separated in the project containing different functions. We can also see the search.js, which allows the user to find some content on the website. Let's consider that most projects in a CMS will have the correct architecture, with divided files internally on the project, but usually in the end, those files will be bundled and delivered in the web browser in one single big file. And why? Well, this is a challenge imposed due to the own nature of the CMS. Any content author can add multiple components in a page, which means the result of the bundle.js or the CSS will contain all the necessary files to run all the components available on the CMS. In the most cases, all dependencies code, and that creates the issue. Why deliver the vendor date valid.js on a page that this file will not be required, or why deliver the reschedule appointment file in a page that does not contain this feature? That will just send the necessary extra bytes to the client. Bundle and minification. So what's bundling? According to Microsoft, bundling is a feature that makes it easier to combine or bundle multiple files into a single file. You can create a CSS, JavaScript, and other bundles. Fewer files means fewer HTTP requests, and that can improve first page load performance. And minification. Minification is a process that performs a variety of different code optimizations through script or CSS files, such as removing unnecessary whitespace and comments and shortening variable names to one character. Those two processes are widely used on all the pages on the web. As you can see in this example, we have two JavaScript files, one which is the reschedule appointment and the vendor date valid. The final result of those two files will be called global.js. This will be the bundle file. So, in this example, the bundle file will have around 100k, not considering the minification. Reschedule appointment JS will have around 35k and vendor date 25k, and other JSs we can assume around 50k. So regardless of the feature, you are delivering the same number of bytes and decreasing the user experience, overloading the network and the data consumption. So let's change that. The objective will be the reduction of the files delivered to the browser. Since they contains only one rendering, we will deliver just the necessary JavaScript to run that specific rendering instead of delivering a big bundle file. This will make a good reduction in the number of bytes sent to the client browser. In some projects, we can see this attempt of reduction being done by the sitecore layout. In that case, the form page could have a different layout of other pages with their specific list of JavaScript and CSS files. The same would apply for reschedule appointment. You could use like the same strategy, create a different layout, and this will also help to reduce. So how to deal with that issue? In sitecore, the solution will making some association between the rendering and their dependence, which can be a JavaScript file or and CSS files. But you need to know this is not natively built in sitecore. For that, we'll need to get a model from Habitat. Please remember, do not use Habitat as a starter kit. In this case, we will just use an unnecessary project and put in your solution to implement this functionality. The changes on the renderings. After you incorporate the code into your solution, which is called sitecore.foundation assets, or you can cut pieces of the necessary code and import to your desired project, the native renders will start to show up with new fields, and this is due to the inclusion of the rendering assets template. This change will be performed on the control render, item render, among other rendering templates. So those are the native renderings on sitecore, and you basically will include that this new template. And the two main important fields here will be the JavaScript assets and the CSS assets. As you can see on the image on the right, we can see like 4 fields, but the most important are those first 2. The other 2 you can insert inline code. So we'll make the association. With the new fields in your hands, the developer must insert their dependents. Note that it's even possible to add some inline JavaScript. On this example, the dependency is called vendor date valid, and the rendering would be the form. The field also allows multiple JavaScript files separated by commas or new lines. For the reschedule appointment rendering, we will need to add the reschedule appointment JavaScript. The module will dynamically insert the dependencies on the page, and that will help us to deliver smaller files to the client. And everybody will be happy, right? Well, it seems all over, but if you have a closer look, something may be missing. The file is not minified. When you use the bundle strategy, usually the file is minified by the bundling feature. So now you have another issue. The code is delivering a non-minified files, and actually you are increasing the number of bytes delivered to the client. In this case, we will need to perform some change on Habitat module. We will need to introduce the script class, which is part of the system.web.optimization namespace. So here, the class used to minify the files will be introduced on the code. In this example, the change is applied only to the JavaScript piece, but a similar change also must be performed on the code that handles the CSS reference as well. Note that I also add the differ attribute on the reference. The differ attribute tells the browser to only execute the script file once the HTML document has been fully parsed. Since the JavaScript is considered a blocking resource, this attribute will interfere with the time to first paint. Of course, you can customize this in your own way using the defer attribute, the async or attribute, or no attributes at all, depending on your needs. The last change will be on the bundle config, which contains all the files that will be optimized. In that case, the name of the bundle file, which is slash js slash reschedule appointment, will need to match the name of the dependency inserted on the rendering. Do not confuse the real path of the file with their bundle path. We can see that they are different. The outcome of that on HTML, it will be some additional characters on the reference as shown in the red box. This will guarantee you the bundle is also integrated with the module. The file will be minified. Another important benefit in the reduction of the number of JavaScripts loaded. Usually there are considerable number of routines being executed after the document has been loaded. This may also increase the performance of the page. The final result of this is a change on the way that we correlate the renderings and their dependence. The gains of using this technique is remarkable. The reduction of delivered bytes to the clients and their devices should be simulated. And thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and this can help you deliver better and faster websites. I have more information on my blog called Error Quotidianen, which you can find day by day issues faced by developers, marketers, and the content authors. Thank you. And now, the most important part, questions and the discussion.